Yo, what's up, Skygo? How you doing? Hopefully you are doing good. Mhm. Oh wow, that's kind of crazy. Do you have any idea how that ended up happening? God, they're still on that. I'm surprised that hasn't become a dead meme already. I feel like memes last 3 minutes these days. Well, that sounds like a very not productive situation. You would think it would take a shorter amount of time than like 4 months to get something like that fixed. I guess I don't know how bad it is and also how bad the system is. That's crazy. School flooded. That's your guys' problem. Ugh. I'm glad I don't have to deal with the schooling system anymore. It's really dawned on me how much we just do that just feels so counterproductive. Or just, like, stops us from actually being able to get things done in a reasonable time frame. Although the solution is not to just dismantle everything and force everyone to go into private education or whatever. That's not a good solution. But gotta find some way to make the system not so terribly slow and ineffective at actually teaching kids stuff. Guys, slavery wasn't even real. If they didn't want to do the work anymore, they could just leave. Come on. Everyone knows that. I love PragerU. It is very strange. Oh man. I am extra exhausted today. So glad tomorrow is my last day of work for the week. And it should be relatively easy, I hope. Where's the other guy? There he is. Also, Wandering Trader, you got anything? Of course, Moss, yeah. You definitely deserve to live, I think. Trying to sell me moss is insulting. Oh, man. We are getting ever closer to finishing the mixed layers. I'm really hoping I'm able to do it by this weekend. I don't see why I can't. I mean, this is all that's left. Just this little square. It's really not that much in the grand scheme. Let me restock on carrots and food. Hey, I might need to start thinking about getting more rockets. Do I have paper to even make more rockets? That might actually be an issue. Of course, I have to use so many rockets to just traverse this area now. But yeah, let me see if I got any paper at all. If I don't, then that's actually kind of a issue. I mean, I got a little bit of sugarcane to make paper, but I should probably use that to grow stuff, right? Ah, shoot. Oh, okay. I mean, some. Better than nothing, for sure. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I have a lot of... I don't know why I collected that much. I thought I was gonna need a lot more for scaffolding when I was draining the water, but I really didn't. Where was I digging? It was around this area, right? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think it might be a good idea for me to kind of like resupply myself before I actually start digging deep slate, like full deep slate anyway. This is random cobble here. There probably used to be lava. And water ran over it. That's fun. Alright, let me keep track of how long this one takes. It says 17 minutes uptime. See how long the entire runaround takes. Ugh. Water. This runaround might take a little longer just because of how wonky the terrain has become. How easy is this to clear out? Yeah, that's all I really need to clear out for the moment. That is the wrong thing. Mm-hmm. Hello, Lester. How you doing? I see. Welcome back. Don't mind me, just doing the same old thing, essentially. That was my day. I'm very exhausted from work. But I get to do a little bit of digging before bed, so that makes up for it. Yeah, well, the US has multiple time zones, but yeah, the one I'm in is almost 10 p.m. now. East Coast would be almost midnight. But yeah, I'm just doing a little bit of digging after work before I go to bed. Dang, where are you living where it's 10 a.m.? Middle of Siberia. My condolences. It's all good. Is it? That's good. It's good to know that some parts of the year can actually be tolerable there. Yeah, no, I figured, but it's just a little funny. I mean, I live in a very, weird place in the US, if you know the state of Utah. This place is very weird. You live in the state of gas. Guys from the UK be like, I live in a state of plasma. Also, what's up, Thor? How you doing? If it's 0 degrees Celsius, that's around like 32 Fahrenheit. If that's what you mean. Okay. Damn, man, that's still pretty cold. That's freezing temp. Like, I'm sure you're used to it, but it's still objectively cold. It can get brutally cold in certain parts of Canada. I'd believe it. Yeah, I mean, low-key, even though I hate dealing with snow and ice, I kind of miss not living in a desert. Because at least in the summer, like, it was very humid in the summer where I used to live, but at least there was a lot of days of the year where I could go outside and not feel like I'm literally melting to death. Dude, this summer was bad. There was like 2 straight months of just not being able to go outside for prolonged periods. And it's probably only gonna get worse. Yeah. Crazy, man. Dude, 60s and 70s is perfect. I wish they lived in an area that had that year-round, but the only places like that seem to be stupidly expensive or places I wouldn't actually want to live. That's true. If it's just cold, but there's no wind or anything, that's not too bad. You still have to be careful, though. Like, I mean, if it's, like, extremely cold and you have, like, a wardrobe malfunction of some kind, that can be really disastrous. So you gotta be careful, depending on how cold it is. Okay, that was like only 25 minutes. These runarounds are getting shorter and shorter. Again, never closer to full deep slate. In case you guys are wondering, this is all that's left for not deep slate. It's kind of incredible. Man, I could actually turn on my render and just kind of have it load in. I finally upgraded my RAM so I can actually play Minecraft at 32 render if I so choose without completely lagging out. Yeah, I think 40 is in the 100-degree range in Fahrenheit. Yeah. Okay, that's loading really slowly, but like yeah, you could see like it is becoming nice and deep slated down here. It is awesome. Let me drink some water real quick. Also, usually my hair is too short to actually feel the impact of wind, thankfully. It's more just the feeling of having cold air blasting my face constantly that makes me hate wind. At least if it's like actually cold. If it's like a nice day, a breeze can actually be really nice. Although even on a nice day, a lot of wind can be still pretty annoying. I think short hair It really does depend person by person, but it's also one of those things that, like, if you just do like a buzz cut, that's not really good. Like, that's not really gonna look that good. You have to stylize it a little bit, even if it's short. Otherwise, you're gonna just look like you're in the army. By the way, I hope you and Lynn are holding up alright, Thor. Hopefully it's been going well. Very smooth. Nice. Two snowstorms in Terrawinter. Yeah, I mean, all things considered, that's not too bad. I'm gonna just kind of get rid of this whole section. Ouch. Oops. I'll go back up here and get rid of this. So let's turn that back down now. I'm like a casual enjoyer of Minecraft speedrunning. I don't want to ever speedrun it, but I think it's cool. Is it top 30 in like what category? Is it RSG? Like 1.16 RSG? That's very impressive if that's true. What time do you even need to be top 30 anyways? I know players have gotten better. Top 7. I mean, top 70 in RSG is still really impressive. Oh, Minecraft rank. Okay, I do I'm aware of that as well. That's also very impressive. Nice work. I'm curious though on what's your time for RSG? Like, what does a top 70 time look like these days? Factorio. I didn't even know you could speedrun Factorio. What does a Factorio speedrun entail? 840, wow. That's crazy. It's just funny thinking about that and then remembering a time when 14 minutes was impressive. Sounds about right, Thor. 83rd. Still impressive. I think if you're top 100 in that category, you have a good time. At least I would think so. Top 30 is 7x. That's crazy, man. But yeah, I personally would never really speedrun Minecraft. Just not exactly what I like about Minecraft. If I was to ever speedrun Minecraft, it'd be like weird categories. Not like RSG. Yeah, I mean, it was just crazy, like, there used to never be times below 10 minutes, and now it's like, you have dozens of people who can get into the 7-minute range now, apparently. Actually insane. Maybe, but the only issue I find with no reset is that I feel like I would only enjoy it if I had a high enough skill level before I really give it a go. Like, I would want to actually refine my skills as a Minecraft player before I actually really give no reset a chance. Because otherwise, I probably would just take forever every run, and then it would just be very boring. At least for me. I think No Reset is very cool, but it's still not really what beating the game isn't really interesting to me all that much, truthfully. And that's time that would be taken away from this project, and I don't have time to not work on this project. Yeah, I mean, it's like, even if I got really good at it, each run takes a while, on average. Just because, like, you're just not gonna get a really good world every time. That's just not happening. I just don't have the time. Like, at best, I would have time to do, like, anywhere between 3 to 5 runs a day max. And that would be if I got good times. Yeah, 30 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Like, if I was actually good at it, I would only have time for, like, legit 3 runs a day. So for me, it's just not worth it when I have so little gaming time. I'd rather spend that time on something that doesn't require much skill or effort. It just requires time. Yeah, but the difference is that I think the average energy level for that type of thing is still higher than this project. Like, this project has very little moments of actual hype. And those moments definitely are not, like, I mean, to me they're very hype, but I think for most people it's not the same type of hype as someone getting like a PB. It's not like digging my job. I mean, yeah, even if I wanted it to be, I literally don't have the time currently. But yeah, I mean, this is just an inherently more relaxing, low stake type project and activity. The entire level of it is very low on average in terms of energy. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's like going to Farlands. Yeah, pretty much. Just press one button, chill. I mean, you gotta press more than one button, but yeah, I mean, it's essentially you go in one direction forever. Yeah, for sure. I think the only way to make this more entertaining is if I was more entertaining, but that's kind of hard. And it doesn't help that I'm kind of at a disadvantage because I am always so tired after work whenever I do these late night streams. The last thing I can do is, like, be entertaining, loud, energetic. That's just not... I mean, that's not my thing in general, but, like, especially not after work. But that's okay. I mean, like again, this project is a very low energy type thing, so it doesn't even really matter, I think. Uh, what I could say is that it's kitchen work. Yeah. And I don't work, like, the standard is like or how do I say, 8 hours, 5 days a week. I work 4 days, 10.5 hour days. It has its advantages and disadvantages. Yeah, I mean, some people decide that they want to work really long hours, and then there's other times where you're just kind of forced to work really long hours. You have to work a 12-hour shift. I've had to do that a few times before. Just because, like, sometimes you just fall so behind that you just, like, there's no way to leave any earlier. And it was just one of those nights. It was absolutely awful. Yeah, I think I understand. I mean, I've never made dumplings, so I wouldn't really know what that entails, but yeah. Ugh. I think I'm low-key already burnt out of my job, and I've only been there, like, 4 months. Deep cycle. Ugh. Oh yeah. Yeah, that I'm sure that's not very fun. Yeah. I mean, it's just rough because it is like I'm scheduled to work 10.5 hours, so it's like just standing for that long by itself is already not the most comfortable thing ever. But especially like working constantly in the kitchen and not really having much breathing room between tasks. So like I work 40 hours, but I'm scheduled an extra half hour for lunch. But like I said before, there's a lot of days where I've had to end up staying later. Usually never 12 hours. It has happened like a few times, but there's been plenty of days where I've had to stay like half an hour to an hour later. Either because like things needed to get done or just I fell behind and I don't want to leave a gigantic mess for myself to clean the next day or whatever. It's just a little frustrating because I've kind of realized at this job that literally the only way for me to get out on time every day is to cut corners. Which is just kind of sad. Because it's not like I don't want to do my job correctly, but doing my job correctly will literally make me work overtime every single day, and I don't want that, and they also don't want that. Yeah, thankfully in my case they are paid, but like, truthfully, I don't want to work a minute more when I'm working 10-hour plus shifts, you know? If it was like an 8-hour shift, maybe I could tolerate it more. But after 10 hours, I'm like, dude, I don't want a single minute of overtime. Get me out of here. But yeah, exactly. I mean, there's just certain things I have to do, or else the next day is gonna be so much worse. But there's also things that I've learned that I can cut corners on if I so choose or must. But it's just kind of sad that it has to be done when I feel like if they gave me slightly less workload, I could actually do everything properly. Oh well. Yeah. But it's just like, why even give this baseline of expectation if it's literally not meetable? I mean, I don't think it's too dissimilar. I think in reality, everyone knows corners are being cut. But it's just, you have to pick the right corners to cut. There's certain things that are just non-negotiable. And then other things that are perfectly fine to cut corners on. Like, one thing you cannot cut corners on is, you know, food preparation, making sure everything's prepped correctly and cooked thoroughly. That's obviously something you shouldn't cut corners on. But, like, I don't know, there's, like, certain cleaning tasks sometimes that's, like, you could do it, like, the deep clean way, or you could do it the passable for the next day type way. It's just frustrating because I feel like sometimes I'm kind of forced into that mode the entire week. So then it's like, well, things are just not as clean as they should be, and it's because I am not given enough time in my shift to actually do all this stuff. And like I said, I personally do not want a minute overtime. Like don't I don't like work enough or care about work enough to want overtime. Or feel like it's easy enough that I could take overtime and be fine with it. Like, I'm exhausted at the end of my regular shift. I do not need or want more work. Do I enjoy kitchen? Not really. But it's just... Oh, if it wasn't so overloaded? I mean, maybe. But, like... Truthfully, cooking is not my passion. Or at least not cooking as work. But nothing I'm passionate about makes me money, so... It's kind of just whatever. I mean, in general, I feel like anything that I do that is work is just inherently going to be less fun. Than anything I do not as work. Yeah. Well, that's why I didn't finish college. I went and then realized, wait, I don't care about whatever I'm doing. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'll just go work instead. If you're, like, good at it and it can make you money, it might be worth sticking with. But the thing I was going to school for wasn't either of those things for me, so it would have been stupid for me to continue. But, yeah. I don't know. I feel like I could enjoy cooking more if I wasn't literally stressed the entire day while doing it. I think it's also a little just annoying that I pretty much get no appreciation for my effort at work. So it's like, it's not very fulfilling work. Coding. Yeah, fair enough. You'd probably have more fun with it if you were coding stuff that you would actually want to make. Yeah, it really is demotivating. It's just like, I make food, no one cares, except if I don't make the food fast enough, then people care. And it's like, okay, well, whatever. Okay. What's the name for it? I don't know, like a call center, something like that. I think that'd be what you're talking about. Hmm. Then I have no idea. But I think I understand the concept of what you're talking about. Communication salon. I have never heard that term, but sure. Yeah. I get you, I get you. I don't know if that's a fun job either. Probably less physically demanding than kitchen work, but it's probably not an easy job still, or not a very fun job. Oh boy, yeah, that doesn't sound like a very fun job. I feel like that's the type of job where people start yelling at you. Selling new SIM cards helping with phone problems. I see. Yeah. I mean, that's always a good part of the job when people are genuinely thankful for you helping them. Even if it's for something as stupid as helping them update WhatsApp or whatever. I mean, it's always nice to help people out and they actually appreciate it. Or at the very least are happy because of your work. But unfortunately, that type of job sounds like the mostly negative type job. Oh boy. Every call was just, my internet is slow. Fix it. Oh, okay. Is this for like a phone company or something? Oh, okay. Then yeah, I think I understand what this is then. I don't really know what the name for these stores are really called. Actually, now I'm curious. I guess electronic shop would be kind of similar. It's not exactly the same thing, but it kind of is. Well, I mean, zero point 0.1 megabits is really slow, so I feel like it's understandable that people would be a bit upset. But obviously, it's not like your fault. Or, I guess, really even something you had the ability to fix, you know? It's not like you have the lever that controls how many megabits per second people get. Hmm, I see. To stop drones. Yeah. Definitely on a day like that, you're not gonna feel appreciated. Just sucks that was your first day. Okay. I do think I should cut off my stream there, though. I really need to go to bed and get ready for my day tomorrow. Just one more day and then I get my weekend. But yeah. Thank you for